This is a real story of homelessness, and what you're about to hear might challenge everything you thought you knew. Arizona, often celebrated for its desert beauty, majestic red canyons, and fast-growing urban centers, is now grappling with a crisis hiding in plain sight. Homelessness here has grown into a staggering emergency. In today's episode, we bring visibility to the invisible. We'll dive deep into the realities faced by people living without shelter. We'll unpack the root causes, explore the current situation, understand its wider impact, and highlight possible paths to recovery and hope. If there's a city or region you want us to spotlight next, let us know in the comments. Your voice can shape our next destination. And remember to like, share, and subscribe if you're ready to uncover more hidden truths from society's margins. The current reality of homelessness in Arizona. Arizona is now among the fastest-growing homeless populations in America. In cities like Phoenix, the explosion of street encampments is alarming, a nearly 450% increase in recent years. One area, now infamously known as The Zone, formerly called Thunderdome, has swelled to nearly 1,000 unsheltered people. That's not a statistic. That's 1,000 lives trying to survive every single day. Even more unsettling? Arizona ranks 13th in the nation for human trafficking tips. More than 650 reports each year, with hundreds of victims. Many of them homeless, exploited, forgotten, profits made off pain. This is not a fringe issue. This is happening right at the heart of places like downtown Phoenix, polished by day, suffering by night. Despite efforts to clear tent cities, nothing changes if the causes are left untouched. People are pushed out, only to return, displaced, rejected, repeating. Even wealthy areas like Scottsdale, long known for luxury, are witnessing a growing number of unhoused people. As housing costs skyrocket, people are being forced out, and the crisis becomes impossible to ignore. Life without shelter. Arizona's climate isn't just harsh, it's punishing. Imagine trying to survive under a plastic tarp in 110 degrees Fahrenheit heat. No running water, no food, no safety. This is the reality for thousands across the state. With no shelter, hygiene is a daily battle. The risk of dehydration, heat stroke, violence, and theft looms constantly. There are no restrooms, no clean spaces, just survival. Over 1,000 people are estimated to be living unsheltered in Phoenix alone, day after day, exposed to both the elements and society's neglect. Let us introduce you to Ricky. Ricky lives in a tent on the streets of Phoenix. His days are a relentless search for drinking water, food, and the bare essentials. He's surrounded by garbage, disease, and scorching heat. He has no electricity, no plumbing. At night, he sleeps beneath thin tarps that barely keep out danger. Still, he holds on to something powerful, hope. He dreams of stable housing, a car, a chance to reconnect with his son. That hope keeps him moving forward. What's driving this crisis? At the heart of Arizona's homelessness crisis is one major force: the unbearable cost of housing. Rental rates in cities like Phoenix have jumped 177% in just a year. That forces impossible choices: rent or food, medicine or shelter. As affordable housing options disappear, people are left with nowhere to turn. The demand has outpaced supply by a lot, and the few affordable units that exist are snapped up quickly, leaving the most vulnerable behind. Zoning laws and strict construction rules make it even harder to build low-income housing, adding bureaucratic blocks to already desperate situations. Then there's the population surge. Arizona's warm climate and economic opportunity draw people from across the country. But the infrastructure hasn't kept up. Phoenix and Tucson in particular have seen population booms. further crowding the housing market and pushing up prices. Substance abuse is another major factor. Many people on the streets are battling addiction, which not only damages health but makes it harder to hold a job or find stable housing. And often, addiction is deeply tied to trauma, abuse, or untreated mental illness. Mental health disorders and domestic violence only add more layers to the struggle. Without proper care, these conditions trap people in cycles they can't escape. And when people try to seek help, they're often met with red tape, long waits, and underfunded programs. Basic needs, like healthcare, therapy, job support, are out of reach for most. The ripple effects. Homelessness is more than just a lack of shelter. It's a health crisis, a safety issue, and an economic burden. Without medical access, chronic conditions like diabetes, heart disease, and mental illness go untreated. Stress, malnutrition, and constant exposure break people down, day after day, and the streets are far from safe. Laura, a woman experiencing homelessness in Tucson, shared that she can't sleep at night, not because of noise, but because she's terrified of being attacked, of losing her few belongings, of not waking up at all. She lives in a constant state of fight or flight. This fear creates a domino effect. As more people are forced into survival mode, crime rates rise. Petty theft, drug offenses, desperation-driven acts. This affects neighborhoods, businesses, and entire communities. Law enforcement gets stretched thin. Emergency rooms overflow. Resources are drained. And there's the economic cost. Property values drop. Tourism declines. Waste and environmental damage increase from pollution, defecation in public spaces, and makeshift trash piles. Cities spend millions in cleanup and enforcement, but the root problems persist. Hope on the horizon, solutions. But there is hope. Arizona is experimenting with several promising approaches. One key strategy: affordable housing. Efforts are growing to build more cost-effective living units, offer rental assistance, and introduce creative solutions like modular homes and tiny house villages. These aren't just shelters, they're stepping stones to independence. Support services are also expanding. Mental health programs, addiction recovery, job training, these tools help people take back control. Rehabilitation is essential. Addiction treatment centers are helping people stabilize, detox, and rebuild. When these are combined with housing and therapy, long-term success becomes possible. But no one can solve this alone. It takes collaboration between governments, nonprofits, volunteers, and everyday people. When public and private sectors work together, innovative solutions often emerge. Community, technology, and grassroots action. New ideas are taking root. Tiny home villages are popping up across Arizona, serving as transitional spaces that offer privacy, dignity, and access to support services. At the same time, tech is helping bridge gaps. Mobile apps and digital platforms are connecting unhoused individuals with shelters, clinics, and meal programs in real time, improving response and outreach. Grassroots organizations are doing their part too. From mobile health vans to clothing drives, volunteers are stepping in where the system falls short. Groups like Billy's Way Home don't just serve food, they serve connection. Human warmth, eye contact, a reminder that someone still sees them. Raising awareness and long-term recovery education is a vital piece of the puzzle. Workshops, awareness campaigns, and media projects like this one are helping to reshape public opinion. They challenge the stigma, showing that homelessness isn't about laziness or failure. It's about a system that's leaving people behind. Employment programs are key too. By offering job training and partnering with local businesses, people can begin to earn, grow, and re-enter society with pride. A paycheck doesn't just pay bills, It builds identity, self-worth, and long-term stability. Final thoughts. Arizona's homelessness crisis is complex, but it's not unsolvable. By understanding the layers, economic, psychological, social, and committing to real solutions, progress is not just possible, it's already happening. With compassion, cooperation, and courage, we can reshape the future for thousands living in the shadows. If this story moved you, hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. Together, we can make a difference. One voice, one story, one step at a time.